What do you do when the thing you love is slowly destroying you? That's the question that beauty YouTuber Glam Girl Gabi just asked her 600,000 subscribers. And her answer reveals the toxic cycle that is trapping YouTube creators everywhere.
There is such a dark side to it that people don't see, and it's because they don't know that this is how it works. Sometimes I just don't feel like I really belong here.
Hi, I'm Erika, Vieira, YouTube channel producer, coach, and strategist for nearly 10 years and biggest cheerleader for women creators. Now, I felt that Gabi's video was an important one that I wanted to talk about because she is somebody who still believes in YouTube, who still wants to be a part of the community, but she's having what I call an existential YouTuber crisis. And after working with over 2,000 YouTube creators, I've seen this pattern happening again and again and again. We're gonna break down exactly what's happening here, why it happens, and most importantly, what creators like Gabi can do about it. Because here's the brutal truth. This isn't just about one person's struggle. This is about the future of content creation itself. Ladies, class is in session. Before we dive in, I want to be completely clear. I do not know Gabi personally, and I've never worked with her or her channel. I don't have access to her analytics or any insider information. I did do an interview with her once on my podcast, and she was absolutely wonderful and lovely. I'm genuinely rooting for her success, and I hope she finds her path forward. What I'm sharing today are my thoughts and observations based on my own experience working with creators, not on any direct knowledge of her specific situation. This is purely my perspective as somebody who's been in the trenches with YouTube creators for years and have a lot of thoughts about it. So let's talk about what Gabi is actually going through. For those who don't know her, Gabi is a beauty creator with over 600,000 subscribers. She's built a very successful YouTube channel teaching makeup tutorials and helping women feel beautiful. By all external measures, she's made it. She's successful. But here's what's happening behind the scenes.
The more clicks you get, the more views you get. The more views you get, the more money you make. The more clicks, the more views, the more money. It's very, very simple.
Gabi just laid out the entire YouTube business model in 10 seconds. And this is where the problem starts. Because when your livelihood depends on clicks, you start making decisions on what gets those clicks, not necessarily what serves your audience or aligns with your values.
So what does that do? It leads you down this path of sensationalized content. The more shocking, usually the more negative, the louder, the more obnoxious, the more people click. You need to sensationalize it.
And this is what I call the YouTuber's dilemma. And you know what? The algorithm follows the audience. And the brutal truth is that sensational, negative content often performs better because that is what catches people's attention in an oversaturated content landscape. But ultimately, we are all fighting for the same thing: attention.
So what starts to happen in this storm when you are in it long enough is you start getting what I like to call ethical burnout.
Gabi just mentioned something that I see with a lot of the people I work with. It's not regular burnout from overwork. It's actually ethical burnout. When you realize you're being rewarded for content that doesn't align with who you are.
It's like putting a lobster in a pot of boiling water. You put it in, the water is cold. You know, you're a new content creator. You're making videos, you're having so much fun, you're making tutorials, it's amazing.
And this is exactly what happens. You start innocent, excited, motivated, willing to do whatever it takes, making content you love. Then you notice that when you start to angle things a certain way, you make them a little bit more polarizing, you get more views. So you do it again and again and again. The water gets hotter, but so slowly that you don't notice. I always like to think about YouTube as a casino. You're always one video away from that viral jackpot. And when a video takes off, it is this incredible dopamine hit. And when it doesn't, it is devastating. And that creates this addictive cycle where you're constantly chasing the next high. But here's what a lot of people do not understand. This is a very public job where your value is literally measured by view counts. If you put your heart and soul into a video and it flops, you don't just feel bad privately. Everybody sees those numbers. It's like having your performance review on a full-blown billboard. I've seen this pattern over and over again with creators who have been doing this for years. Look at what some other people have to say about it. YouTuber Anna Bay is describing the exact same thing that Gabi's talking about.
I feel like I've gone through a lot since I started my business. Because I started in 2018. And you know, if you are a savage like me, who just pushes until the max, just keeps on going.
I started to sacrifice my creativity and what I also wanted to make as content.
She became so strategic that she lost that creativity. And this isn't isolated to one creator. This is a systemic issue. Beauty YouTuber Christy knew exactly what she needed to do to get the views back, but she's unwilling to do it.
The reason, realistically, for the last few years you haven't seen me as often as I wish I could show up is because I feel like icky. I feel ashamed almost about it. The formula is be negative, be in your face, be dramatic, be cutthroat. And those are all things I'm unwilling to be.
And here's Angie from Hot and Flashy, another established YouTube creator, feeling like she's being pushed out after years of success on the platform.
As much as I don't want to retire, I feel like almost I'm getting pushed out of YouTube. The algorithm is just so weird lately that I cannot figure out how to get your eyeballs on my videos.
Anna Bay feels suffocated by the very platform that made her successful.
But yeah, I kind of feel suffocated under these labels because the way the YouTube algorithm works.
These aren't isolated incidents. It's a problem that a lot of creators are facing. But you know, a lot of people do find their way through this. Take Jen Loves Reviews, who I've interviewed on my channel.
And it wasn't bringing me as much joy. I have so much product around me that I've collected since 2012. And I didn't want to buy any more product. I was tired of buying things just to use them for one video.
Jen was in the same place as Gabi, successful but losing a lot of the joy. But she made a hard pivot to commentary content and found her true passion in the research. Sometimes the answer is recognizing what you actually love about the work and leaning more into that. I don't necessarily think that's Gabi's problem, but it is a scenario that I see come up with a lot of creators. Others, like true crime YouTuber Eleanor Neal, recognizes when they need to take a step back.
But in order to keep being able to do this long term, I also need to take care of myself.
And then there's creators like Sierra Soltze who are making strategic shifts to prioritize what matters most in her life right now.
Vlogging fits more seamlessly into my life versus the higher production main channel content. And this stage of my life just really seems to be flying by, and having 2 young kids, that's the biggest focus of my life.
Sarah made what I call the mom math calculation. She looked at her life and she said, what actually matters here? The reality is, for some creators, the answer is making a change. But for others, it's reframing their idea of success and being okay with maintaining rather than constantly growing. And for some women, especially moms, it's recognizing that YouTube is a job that supports their family, but they don't need to be #1 to be successful. So what can Gabi actually do about all this? Because I don't think the answer is quitting, and she says so herself, she doesn't want to do that. She built something pretty incredible, and she still loves helping women with makeup. It seems like there's still a part of it that she really enjoys. And the solution isn't that complicated or dramatic. It's about mindset. This is the tough love approach that I give my clients, and if I was working with Gabi, this is exactly what I would tell her. Here's what I've learned doing what I do day in and day out, probably thousands of hours of coaching calls. Women creating YouTube content, whether it's creatives or entrepreneurs, they get stuck in their own heads. Their feelings are totally valid, but they make things worse by overthinking everything. What Gabi needs isn't really strategy. She gets strategy. You can see how successful her videos have been. It is a mindset shift. And honestly, mindset is strategy. So what should Gabi do? Stop saying, I don't belong.
Sometimes I just don't feel like I really belong here.
Gabi, you have 600,000 subscribers. You absolutely belong. You are one of the most beloved creators in the beauty community today, especially for women over 35 and beyond. But every time you say that phrase, you're not just hurting yourself. You're telling your friends that there's something wrong for them for loving you. And that is not true. We all know that's not true. You know it's not true too. Start practicing gratitude. I know this sounds super simple, but research proves that this works. And I'm telling you, it does. And this is a homework assignment that I do give certain clients when I see them spiraling like this. Gratitude literally rewires your brain for positivity. And after working with thousands of creators, I can tell you this: the ones who wake up grateful to be on YouTube, they're the ones who will last.
And I wonder how long I'm gonna be able to last on here before the more dramatic creators just kind of take over and I become irrelevant, And that's something that's on my mind actually quite a bit.
And this is exactly what I'm talking about. Gabi is stuck in this negative spiral, but here's what I know about her. She actually does have deep gratitude for YouTube. I've seen it in her other content. I've seen it when I've interviewed her. But the problem is that right now, her doubts are screaming louder than that gratitude. And you know what? It happens. This happens to every successful creator. This back and forth between gratitude and fear, it is totally normal. The difference between the creators who don't quit and the ones that eventually burn out, they notice when it's happening. And that is exactly what Gabi's doing with this video that she put out. She's being honest about her struggle and she's holding herself accountable. She's basically saying, I'm not going anywhere, but guys, I need to figure this out. And the solution, like I said, it's simple, but it's powerful. Shift back to gratitude. Research shows that gratitude practices literally rewire your brain for positivity and improved mental health. It has psychological, social, and physical benefits, and it's truly the Rolls Royce of mindset practices. For Gabi, this means remembering that she has 30 to 40,000 loyal viewers every single video. People who trust her, who value her opinion, and they show up consistently for her. That's not small, that is incredible. Everything else is icing on the cake. So understand how your audience really connects with you. There's this thing called parasocial relationships. It sounds a little complex, but it's actually quite simple. Your viewers, they genuinely care about you. They feel like they know you even when they actually don't. Research shows that authentic, vulnerable content like Gabi's recent video actually makes these connections, these parasocial relationships, stronger than perfect polished content. And this is exactly what I see with the clients that I work with. The creators who focus on real connection and performance, they build careers that last. They're not riding the crazy roller coaster of viral highs and crushing lows. Create different content for different purposes. Here's what a lot of people don't realize. Not every video has to be a home run. I have several clients with far less than a few 100,000 subscribers. They get videos with less than 100,000 views that are extremely successful and generate significant income from their channels while maintaining their authenticity and purpose.
I could never be the boiling lobster because I don't like hot water. I just don't like it. I feel so uncomfortable when things are negatively angled.
And you know what? Good for her. Gabi knows her boundaries, and that's actually her superpower. She can create 4 types of content with 4 different purposes and shift her mindset from always needing and expecting the views to knowing they won't all get her the views, but they will benefit her and her channel in different ways. Connection videos like the recent Heart to Heart, the video that I'm reacting to. These build deep loyalty and trust with her audience. And studies have shown that the unpolished, casual, but authentically real videos actually create that deeper parasocial relationship between the creator and the viewer. They might not go viral, but they create the kind of fans who convert to buyers, which is what you need to sustain your channel long term. Conversion videos, strategic content that drives affiliate sales. I have clients who make serious money from these types of videos. One well-placed and executed product recommendation video, which she can easily do in her niche, and I know she does, with okay views, can out-earn a viral video all day long. Viral attempts. Sometimes you want that rush and recognition, and that is totally okay. And I get it. Sometimes it's those viral videos that help expand your channel and get in front of new people. But now it's a choice, not a desperate need. Purpose videos, like her Rosemary Swift collaboration. Pure value, industry connections, credibility building, and personal fulfillment. These videos position you as an expert and open doors that you never expected. When you start to understand that each video serves a different purpose, you stop putting impossible pressure on every single piece of content. Not everything needs to be a home run. You just need a solid game plan and a mindset shift. Gabi is launching a brand, and I am so excited for her. I think that this is the perfect time in her YouTube career to do something like this, especially how she is feeling burnt out by the content itself. So look at Susan Yara. She sold her brand for hundreds of millions of dollars. Lisa J built BK Beauty into an empire. These women use YouTube as a launching pad for something bigger.
And guys, I am so freaking scared.
Yeah, it is scary. But here's the truth. Successful people feel the fear and they do it anyways, which is what she's doing. And I'm so excited for her, and what a badass role model she is for her viewers too, doing something scary. And I personally love how vulnerable she is here and how she's sharing that with her audience. I don't know about you, but seeing that vulnerability and authenticity makes me want to support her even more. And also, it's so inspiring to see that despite all the anxieties and fears, that she did it. She took the risk and she's making it happen, whether it succeeds or not. As Mark Manson says, you can't win if you don't play, and Wayne Gretzky put it perfectly. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Gabi's taking her shot with this product launch, and that's exactly what successful people do. And here's the incredible part. When your brand does take off, YouTube becomes a choice, not a necessity. You're not just building a channel, you are building a legacy. But if it wasn't for that channel, that time you spend building, obsessed, working, that opportunity wouldn't be there. Don't water the weeds. This is my favorite piece of advice. Think of your energy like a garden. You can water beautiful roses or ugly weeds. Whatever you water grows. And here's how this works with your mindset. When you dwell on negative thoughts, worries, or past mistakes, you're essentially watering the weeds. That negative attention makes those thoughts stronger and way bigger in your mind. They take over your mental garden. But when you focus on the positive aspects, the gratitude, your goals, you're watering the flowers. This positive attention nurtures those thoughts and helps them grow and thrive. For Gabi, that means making a conscious choice. She can keep watering the weeds, focusing on negative comments, worrying about becoming irrelevant, obsessing over videos that don't perform well, or she can water the flowers, celebrating the women whose lives she's changed, appreciating her loyal community, getting excited about her product launch, which wouldn't be a possibility if she hadn't launched and started her YouTube channel and been so successful with it. You have the power to choose what you focus on and water. Research on positive psychology backs this up. Where you put your attention is literally what grows in your life. So focus on the beautiful comments, the lives you changed, the community you've built. By consciously directing your attention toward those positive aspects, you cultivate a more fulfilling career in life. The bottom line, Gabi has built something incredible by being herself. When people think of her, they think positivity and helping women feel beautiful. That's not something to throw away. That is something to build on. Your future self will thank you for the decisions that you make today. And sometimes that means choosing sustainability over virality, purpose over performance, and gratitude over grievances. So here's what I want you to take away from this. Gabi's story is not unique. It is a story of thousands of creators right now, especially women. The platform rewards sensationalism. And I always say, don't hate the player, hate the game. And what happens is it creates this impossible choice between your values and your income. But here's the thing, you don't necessarily have to choose. You can build a sustainable career on YouTube without selling your soul. You just have to be strategic about it, and it just requires a different approach. For creators who are watching this, who are going through their own version of what Gabi's experiencing, remember this. The algorithm follows the audience, not the other way around. And there is an audience for authentic, valuable content. Maybe it's not this massively huge audience, but they're there and they're loyal and they generally do buy. You just have to be patient enough to find them and serve them well. You want proof? Go look at the comments at Gabi's videos right now. Hundreds of people telling her they love her exactly as she is. They're begging her not to change. They're saying that her authentic content that she's done is exactly what they need and they want. This is literally the dream for every YouTuber. People who love you for who you actually are. And Gabi has thousands of them. That's who she should be serving. That's who she should be finding more of. And the secret to attracting more of those people, stay authentic. Stay authentic to who you are. Stop chasing every trend. Stop trying to be someone you're not. Stop apologizing for not being dramatic enough. Your people will find you when you're being genuinely you. And if you're a creator who's been on this platform for years and you're feeling that ethical burnout creeping in, it is okay to pivot. It's okay to set boundaries, and it's okay to choose sustainability over sensationalism. Look at the creators I mentioned today. Jen Loves found her passion in research and commentary. Sierra chose presence with her family. Eleanor Neal prioritized her mental health. These aren't failures. These are necessary and smart business decisions. The creator economy is evolving, and the creators who will thrive long term are the ones who build real relationships with their audience, diversify their income streams, and remember why they started creating in the first place. I cannot wait to see what Gabi comes up with for her product launch. I will be cheering her from afar. And Gabi, if you're watching this, trust yourself, trust your audience, and remember that you absolutely do belong here on YouTube. If you're a YouTube creator and you're looking for help with your YouTube channel, I have my YouTube bootcamp that is opening up for enrollment soon, so add your name to the waitlist. I am also hosting a free live masterclass for anybody who is looking to create and grow their YouTube channel and want to know how to use AI to do that. Remember, ladies, keep shining, keep creating, and most importantly, keep being you. Mwah.